Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a shorter review for you today, and because it's shorter, I'm just going to say spoilers. From this point forward, I highly recommend reading this book, especially if you're a fan of Discworld, but I will be spoiling the book. It's just so short that I can't really talk about this in two distinct sections. But I guess starting off, there are two, for me, distinct sections of this book. The first part was my favorite. I enjoyed the second part, but the first part felt very, very Discworldian to me. I was hooked from the name and the premise. I'm afraid you've got dragons, and it's an exterminator, pest control type person. In a world where, you're exterminating dragons rather than, like mice or rats. And the first part of the book, like I said, felt very Discworldian. You're just following this kid going through this very fantastical job that's treated as normal. You have this, it's got very Pratchett-style humor, and just the way that Beagle is able to build the world building and build this this kid's job is really awesome. I highly enjoyed the way that Beagle is able to write in what, like I said, what I felt was a very Pratchett style. I enjoyed that immensely about this first half of the book. And the second half of the book, it kind of shifted a little bit more towards almost a standard, what I would consider more like standard fantasy novel. It doesn't have kind of the kind of things that make, things that make Discworld, special. And that's not a critique of the book at all. I really enjoyed the second half of this book as well, following these characters on just kind of their quest and journey to slay the dragon, defeat the wizard, normal-ish fantasy stuff, but still done miraculously well. In addition, the humor was amazing throughout the entire book. It was just consistently really solid humor, and it was once again more Pratchett-style humor, because it's not like making a bunch of quips trying to make you laugh, but instead it's just like the way that the world and the characters and the story is presented is just inherently humorous, and that it makes you want to laugh and enjoy it simply because of how the world is presented. And I love that. That's one of my favorite aspects of the Discworld book, and it comes through here in such a fun and exciting way. Like I said, that's one of the highlights of the book for me. The characters, once again, were really awesome. I liked Robert as the reluctant exterminator, who doesn't want really to follow in his father's footsteps or to do the job his father had. But he's doing it anyway because it provides for his family, and just how he thinks about dragons and treats the dragons is just really awesome, and kind of that conflicting with what he has to do because of what his job is, and eventually how his mindset leads to how the climax plays out and them actually winning when they're interacting with the king. Another standout character was the Mad Wizard. Just really, really fun. I enjoyed his inclusion a lot. He was just this cackling, maniacal warlord wizard. Was just super funny. His lines were hilarious. His schemes were a lot of fun, and there were so many moments with him that just made me laugh. When stick a broadsword through his chest and he's completely fine. It's this kind of classic fantasy tropes that are either just done so well or in the complete opposite direction, that have these clever little twists and subversions that make the book just a delight to read. It, like I said, reminds me very much of an early Discworld book. Like, the first part of the book reminds me kind of like an early City Watch book, like Guards, or as when the second half of the book, kind of one of the more standard early books, kind of or more Eric-esque, or like one of the Rincewind adventures. And that is, I think that's one of the reasons I loved it so much, was just the humor and the taking of what the building blocks of fantasy and just making them and just subverting them just enough that it's not feeling, you know, dishonest or like he's making fun of fantasy, but instead making fun with fantasy, I guess, kind of laughing with or laughing against or laughing at. He's laughing with fantasy about kind of the little absurdities that make the genre so much fun. Our supporting cast of characters is a lot of fun. Robert's two friends are enjoyable. The prince and princess, once again, also enjoyable. You know, the little exchanges, interactions, how, you know, these traditional character types are portrayed, all of them just really, like I said, well done. That's how I explain this book. It is the perfect length, about 300-ish pages. It is short, it is sweet, it is funny. I read it in a whole day at a longer track meet, and it kept me entertained the entire time. I highly, highly, highly recommend I'm Afraid You Got Dragons by Peter S. Beagle. But when it comes to what I'm releasing on my channel next, I'm going to be releasing my Wise Man's Fear review, hopefully this weekend. I don't have anything this weekend, so I should be getting that out to you soon. In addition, the books I'm currently reading is I'm currently reading Crossroads of Twilight, so the 10th Wheel of Time novel. So I think I'm going to finish Wheel of Time before I jump into anything else, but I got a couple holds. We'll see when those come into what I review next. But thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, thank you for all the support on my most recent videos, and I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you next time.